With photoworks, you can quickly and predictably create photorealistic images that rival those of studio-based photography directly in SolidWorks. photoworks provides a wide selection of predefined materials that you can easily access through the photoworks task pane. Materials in the Appearance folder are organized so you can quickly prioritize the most popular materials for machine and consumer product design. Let's apply a chrome material to the scroll wheel surround of this mouse design. You can easily drag and drop materials directly onto components or faces. We'll also apply the chrome to the side toggle switch. Let's browse down into the Metals folder. You can pick a satin metal material and drag it onto the small button centered in the side toggle switch. Now, we'll move on to the other components. Scroll up to the Rubber folder and pick a matte rubber material for the scroll wheel. SolidWorks supports many types of visualizations. For example, we'll turn off Edge View but leave it in Shaded View to get a more realistic Real View appearance in the viewport. From the Feature Manager, select the upper housing component and edit just this part. Then you can apply different materials to the same part. To create a different look for the upper housing, you can apply a carbon fiber material to only the top faces of the upper housing. In addition, photoworks allows you to pre-select faces. While they are selected, browse to the material that you'd like to apply to those faces. Then click the Apply Material icon in the upper left corner of the Appearances task pane. By holding down the Alt key while you apply this material, you can easily adjust the texture and appearance properties. First, you need to change the mapping projection from XY to XZ. That way, the carbon fiber texture will correctly map to the top faces. Now that it's mapped correctly, you can change the scale and direction of the carbon fiber texture. SolidWorks makes this easy to do. You can dynamically move, scale, and rotate in real time. Let's change the appearance of the carbon fiber so it is glossier. Clicking on the Illumination tab reveals the properties of the material. We'll change the base shade from satin finish to car paint, and then increase the reflectivity a bit. We also want to remove the rough surface finish, so just click on the Surface Finish tab and change the finish to None. While the upper housing is still in Edit Part mode, you can scroll to the Paint Materials folder, pick a warm metallic gray paint, and apply it to the overall body of the upper housing. Now, we'll exit Edit Part mode and apply the same warm metallic gray to the lower housing. Notice that with Real View mode on, you get a real-time view of the material and the environmental reflections. Now that we've applied all the materials, let's concentrate on the composition and lighting. We'll adjust the view a bit, go over to the Feature Manager, and then double-click on the primary light source. We need to change the direction so that it is centered more directly above the mouse design. Notice the real-time floor shadows and self-shadows. These help you quickly position the light. Let's also reposition the fill light so it shines from the rear of the scene. You can easily create additional light sources to help fill in the dark areas of your scene. This fill light provides a nice silhouette to the back edges of the mouse design. Now we need to do a partial rendering of the scene using the Render Region tool. Notice that the shadow is a bit coarse. We'll edit the primary light source. Select the photoworks Properties tab of the light and increase the edge softness and quality of the shadow. You can use the Render Last icon to simply re-render the last selected region. Notice how the shadow softness and quality has improved. We've seen enough to verify this, so let's cancel the current rendering. Now that the lighting and composition are set, we can put this design in the context of a more realistic environment. Using the Appearance task pane, move to the Scenes folder and select a new scene. SolidWorks provides several predefined presentation scenes that can show your models in the context of either an indoor or an outdoor environment. Here, we'll use the outdoor scene. Just as we did with materials, we can change a scene by simply dragging the specific scene desired and dropping it into the SolidWorks window. As you can see, the presentation scenes are fully dynamic. This allows for easy composition in real time. Let's go ahead and render this scene by clicking the Render button. The scene is well lighted, but perhaps a bit too harshly, since we changed to an outdoor scene. Without having to re-render the scene, you can click the photoworks options icon and select the document properties. Within this panel, you'll find controls to adjust the brightness, contrast, and color saturation of the rendered image. You'll notice that by simply sliding the values in this control, the rendered image updates in real time, so you can make last-minute adjustments without having to re-render your scene. Because photoworks is completely integrated into the SolidWorks environment, you no longer need to translate to other rendering programs. Instead, you have uninterrupted design workflow. With RealView and photoworks, you have access to the industry's largest selection of predefined product design materials and environments. Combine all this with dynamic real-time material and scene preview, and you can quickly and easily create a stunning photorealistic presentation.